It's time to make your move. It's time.
All right. Tomorrow is Halloween. Halloween.
I'm for real coming to your
That's fine.
house for Halloween, so tell Lindsay. Don't let it be a surprise and show up with the entire family.
That'll be perfect.
Well, it's just one kid.
Well,
My
and
older
then
kids
it'll
will
be
come.
good because it'll just be a fun time all Friday.
Yeah.
I love that.
Is everybody ready for Halloween? I'm ready for Halloween. I'm just going to dress up in my normal clothes and say I'm a cowboy, you know? It's real easy.
I'm gonna wear this dress.
Are you?
No. It really look. I feel like I'm wearing a dress. Don't look at my dress.
At least it's not a skirt.
It feels like.
And it's a good thing you have pants on.
I feel like if I was a woman wearing this, I'd be kind of like a.
Josh said he was going to wear his
Because I'd be
boxers under
hiking
that
it up here, feel
until it got cold in here.
Yeah, I was gonna go straight.
I'm starting to be able to not feel the tip of my fingers, and they're starting
It would
to
be
turn
great
purple.
to see some chest hair, but he has 2 shirts on.
I know.
Damn, are you cold?
Yes. All right, we going.
Moving. Oh yeah, I guess we're
Good
moving
Lord.
it slow down low. All right, you guys ready to do this? We're doing
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me get my coffee ready.
Get your coffee.
And yeah, we knew you could hear us.
We knew. Welcome to the Make Your Move podcast. This is the Halloween podcast.
Kind of. We tried to do some Halloween, and what we got is we got Midwestern Dad wearing a robe.
Yes,
We got Richie wearing his normal outfit.
but it could have
and
been Doc
I
Holliday.
look like a nun.
Tell us about your costume. Tell us about
Yeah,
how
tell,
this,
tell us
tell
what
us
happened.
how this came about.
What happened?
Well, I was,
Give us the story about.
I was really putting a lot of time into it, thinking about what would really impress everyone. So I dug into my kids' Halloween costumes, which is why this is a bit tight.
Okay.
I believe Carter wore this in 8th grade or so or something.
Okay.
So I squeezed into it. I have a baby bump when I'm wearing this, but I think it was supposed to have like a skeleton mask, and I tried to stop at Walmart and buy one, but they got nothing at Walmart. If you're trying to go to Walmart and get something, they got nothing.
It's
now
the
he-
day before Halloween.
Don't go to
Now
Walmart.
he's
What
a
do you
wizard.
expect?
This is how I do everything, last second. So
Well, I like the effort. I feel like it worked out great.
I think
I
you
do.
know.
I think you just
spook
look
it
like a
up.
wizard. That's what it is. You're a wizard now.
Thumbs up if you think he looks like a
Richie,
wizard.
tell us why you didn't go full outfit. Like, what did
Okay,
you
so
truly
he-
believe?
So here's the story behind not putting my all into this. So the other day,
Let me put back deeper in there.
Quentin said, you know, let's just wear our Halloween costumes. And just by the friend group that I hang around with, I didn't believe him. So I thought I was going to be the only one to show up in my Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even think you were
So-
wearing one when I got here.
So basically, I have a Doc Holliday costume, which apparently a lot of people don't know what Doc Holliday or who Doc Holliday
That's
is.
a sin, actually.
Well, I went to a Halloween party the other day, and I was asking everybody, "Hey, you know who I am?" They're like, "I don't know, like a Mexican." I don't know, like Zorro. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? But anyway, it was Doc Holliday. Okay, I had the mustache and a little goatee thing. I even I shaved for this.
You look good,
costume.
man.
And actually, I think I'm gonna keep it off. Anyway,
That's funny because like when I was at Walmart, I was thinking I could come here as ICE and abduct you, but they didn't have any. They didn't have any AR-15s available in time.
or cages or whatever they use. Whatever they use. But yeah, so I didn't come full costume. I came like, what would you say, 3/4? I have the pants and
I'd say the only thing different is the
cape.
whatever this necklace.
Yeah,
thing
you
is.
needed a longer jacket.
no, this
Why don't you
is
stand up and give them a one?
this is a bolo.
We got to see the cape. Has it got some tails? It's stuck in your wallet.
No, this is just a suit jacket. I actually have the long cape that he has.
Yeah,
over
that he has over. Yeah.
the cloak.
Well, that's
Yeah, and,
cool.
and like the
Thanks for telling
stripe
us about it.
stripe stuff, you know, and I have the gun holster that I didn't wear. You know, it's just I didn't put my all into it because I didn't believe him.
Well, I understand.
So do you?
You were right, honestly, because when you guys were actually showing up, that's why I had to stop at Walmart and fail. And
So it
put
was
on this
close. I was
dress.
close.
And really, I truly believe I was probably the most. I was probably the one that everybody was thinking wasn't going to do anything, and I actually showed up in my robe, which
Yeah.
that put a lot of effort in.
So
I had
you
to-
needed that anyway. It's
I
cold
had-
as fuck. in
Yeah,
here.
it was really cold, and
came
I'm glad I had the robe. I was going full chest hair, and then I decided not to because it was 50 degrees in here when I got in here. But it's okay. It's totally okay.
So this podcast is going to be a little bit different, huh? We're gonna kind of take some time to ourselves. We didn't want to invite anybody the day before Halloween because families and stuff. So I think this is going to be kind of like an update on our businesses and how everybody's doing.
Yeah, back when we started the podcast, we did an episode for each of us, but that's like long gone, and I think that we couldn't even put Richie's up because he was fucking going crazy.
Yeah.
So we abandoned that. We had audio issues, all that stuff when we were first starting. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to go around the room and let everybody know, what we're doing, a little bit of our story. Each one of our stories could probably go on for hours, so we're going to try to time limit each other to about 15 each, and then we'll talk some other business afterwards. But I think it'd be a good opportunity to just tell everybody what we're up to now and a little bit of how we got started, maybe.
How long
What do
has
you
it
think?
been since we started the podcast? Has it been a year
A
yet?
little over a year.
Yeah, it's been a little bit over a year. I mean, successfully started it probably 6 months, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since we did our episodes, it's been
We've
a
been
year.
figuring it out.
yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
That's crazy that time flies so quickly. I mean, this year flew by, in my opinion. I mean, it's almost freaking Christmas time, dude. They got Christmas shit out at stores already.
They have the Christmas cakes, the Little Debbie's. The
Is that
trees.
important to you?
Yes, very important to me. That is actually what we will grab a couple of those boxes. Lindsay and I will hide a couple of them from the kids. We'll put one in the pantry, but that is like our little snack.
Wow.
Snack time with Dad time.
There's going to be a lot of those extra this year because.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh! Never mind. We'll just,
Okay, all right. Moving on.
he said, "Oh gosh." Yeah, we'll just move on.
It's hard. It's hard. Well, for real though, there's a lot of shitty things going on in the world right now, but we really want this to be a place where it's all positive news and positive vibes. So if
sure.
anybody's watching this, that's what we try to do. We try to stay away from the negative stuff, even though I just made an ice joke. But sorry.
It's hard, it's so hard when
Try to make
you're
light in a crazy
consumed
way.
around negativity at all times in life.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to stay positive. I mean, there's everybody has mental problems and depression and anxiety, and it's hard to get out of that with our surroundings. And
I have suggestions for that, by the way.
do you?
Yeah, and I did this a long time ago. I unfollowed all political people. I unfollowed all news outlets, down to Channel 12, 5, all that, even the local news. I unfollowed them and took that out of my news feed. And I taught the algorithm what I wanted to see. I'm purposely watching cat videos and stuff, and watching comedy for real, watching stand-up comedy a lot, watching a lot of stuff about being an entrepreneur. That's all motivational. And once the internet will give you what your inner thoughts are, honestly. So if you don't like what you're seeing, change it by changing it. But I did notice lately with the Facebook algorithm that they are starting to put stuff in your news feed that you don't even follow. Have you seen that when you're scrolling and you'll see something and it gives you an opportunity to follow them? So what they're doing is they're seeing posts that are successful, that have a lot of engagement is what I should say, and then they're presenting those to you to see if you like that stuff too, and you might start following that person. Like a new tactic out there. So I noticed lately, because everybody's so sucked into the political stuff, it's all the news stuff started coming back up in my feed. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, unfollow. I don't even follow these things anymore. Why is it up here? So I had to go, and I suggest you guys do this. I really do. I made this analogy once. The Amish right now have no idea what the fuck's going on right now. they're just living their own lives. They have less crime. They have less disease. They don't even have like any of the stuff going on that we have going on, just simply because they've shelled themselves away from it. And you can do that online by like, I went to each like news outlet and blocked it. I blocked them all now. So it will not show up in my feed.
That is a super good way.
I promise you, if you do that,
That's where the negativity comes from.
It is. I mean, like that's what they're all trying to do is divide us, and it doesn't matter which side you're on. The news is going to make it like it's going to take the story. If you're on the right side, it's going to say, well, they won't open the government because they want to do this with immigrants. Or they'll go on the left side and say, oh, well, they won't open this because they want to, send in troops. And like they'll make the story.
They'll pull both.
The same news outlet will make two stories, and this has been proven, and feed it to your feed to kind of keep you, festering these things going. So
What you said about the Amish is really funny because I just watched a podcast with an Amish guy on there, and they interviewed him, and it was with Theo Von.
yeah,
And Theo Von was like, he was talking about ADHD. He's like, I got like ADHD, man. I'm all
I've
over
seen
the place.
that.
And
Yes.
he's like, hey, man, do the Amish have ADHD? And the Amish guy was like, well, we don't even know what that means. Like, so it's like, it's very insane the things that we're just being fed to believe.
words are power, and people are like. You watch enough stuff, it'll like make your mood that way too. Like you watch enough negative stuff, you watch enough sad stuff, you're gonna be sad, and that's just and I think in the end they just want people to be in their sorrows, in their house, on their computer, on their phone, and just not out doing anything, door dashing. They're just like trying to push us into our pods.
Well,
It's easy to do. That's when we're most vulnerable, is when our guard is down.
Yeah, all your information's coming in through a wire straight to your eyes, so you can control that information. That's my suggestion for people if they're out there and they're like, man, I hate. Like I made a post about it the other day, and I hate getting political. That's another thing I do is I try not to feed into it. And I make a joke that I'm making my one political joke per year or whatever. I always put out. This year I did two.
Yeah.
And I went off the other day because it's like everybody's being negative, and it's like, man, this is not helpful at all. Like you're not changing anybody's minds,
yeah.
And I think on the business side of things, since this is a business podcast, it's a terrible idea to be out there, like raging out online about your side of the political spectrum, because I've watched people do this and they don't even know anything about me. And like, it's like sometimes you're sitting with who you thought was your enemy and they're really your friend.
Yeah.
You can be sitting with somebody and like you like that person, and then you find out that you don't like their political thing. No, I mean that's ridiculous, and you will get X'd out. So by doing that, you're really and we see every single election, we see every single thing. It comes down to like a 50-50. Everybody takes sides. It's usually 50-50. 49, 51, whatever.
Isn't that very?
That tells you that we're not deciding on one thing for sure.
I mean, what that tells me is that we really are being fed exactly 50-50 of information.
Yeah.
Because to have a vote that's that close on such a large item as the presidential candidate, that is insane to me.
Yeah.
That it can be almost.
You guys are depressing me just talking about it. Let's talk about business.
Well, we are relating it to business.
We are. So like say you have a vote. Say you have 100 employees and you have a vote on a thing in your business. Being 50-50 is wild work. Like it's usually like.
Well, it's easy when you devise out what it's about. It's going to be subjects that are very 50-50.
Yeah,
And that's what everything is about.
It's pretty crazy.
So yeah, not to depress Josh over here, but I think that is good business advice, honestly, and just good for your mental health, like to avoid that stuff.
Block
and
'em.
block.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I
block-
agree.
Block the news outlets because they're not us.
Well, and I've done a lot. I've done a lot of this too, and I think you all heard me say it. Like you've seen me do it, and because for a while, I just won't feed into any of it. I just refuse to do it.
Absolutely don't.
And I basically, I mean, I go as far as like I don't get on certain social. I do certain social medias. I won't even deal with. I don't even deal with. I don't watch news. Haven't watched the news
Groups
in
on
years.
Facebook,
Groups
too.
on Facebooks get out.
You got to
like
be
I-
out of the toxic ones, you know. And by the
Yeah.
way, I have one that has no political post. The NKY neighborhood group. It's up to 17,000 local people and local business owners.
Yeah,
Then
that's really good. It's a great group.
With
It's
no
a
politics.
fantastic group.
yeah, every time somebody posts any politics, I kick them out. You know, like we're just trying to be positive in there. That's the point of the groups in the first place. I think that things just manifest over time. You know.
And then it's going to keep showing, and it is a great thing. And I personally think that's a great lead in to you on what you've built over time. So, and I've seen some really cool stuff you've been doing lately. So definitely give us an update on. I think it's
That was
good
a great
to,
segue, by the way, Josh.
Yeah, good job. Good
I'm good
job
at
getting
that.
us
I'm
off
good at-
topic on topic.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of
my
PR.
specialty, by the way. That's my specialty. I got to
Yeah,
ring
let's
these
get-
guys in
let's get an update
sometimes.
on, Rook.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So yeah, even today we have something exciting happening at 3:30. I've got a meeting here in the studio. So if you're a photographer or videographer, definitely come by. We're gonna have some pizza by Poseidon's Pizza. And
Poseidon's
We'll
Pizza.
have some drinks here, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, maybe. I don't know. And we're just gonna basically meet and greet with some people because my business is basically we've gained a really good brand, and we've done that by just trying to do awesome content for people and trying to go above and beyond. And it's gotten to the point where in a lot of fields I'm spread thin. So I've brought in like some awesome people this summer to kind of experiment with bringing in and partnering with other people. So that's the big exciting thing we're doing. We partnered with like Luke, Fat Kid Films, aka Fat Kid Films, and we've partnered with Steve Ellis. And what we do for these guys is, they're building their own business, but everybody who's building a business in this field knows that you have gaps.
Yeah.
You have days that you don't have a job, or you have days that you have an employee that doesn't have a job, and that's putting pressure on you. So I've been really digging in on that with some people too who already have established stuff. But what I want to do is kind of, and this is what it's always been from the beginning. Rook, the vision was to create and I always say this because people are familiar with it, but Fiverr. Create a Fiverr, but it's for local, because the problem with Fiverr is you're, number one, you're shipping your jobs across seas, which nobody likes doing that. You're dealing with people who don't know the local area. And what we do is we know the local area. That's what's awesome about working with local creatives. And that's what I want to do is create like a local Fiverr for Cincinnati. That's our starting point. So I want to bring in anybody from southeastern Indiana, Lawrenceburg area, anybody from the Cincinnati area, even down to Louisville. We have jobs that are popping up down there in Lexington. So I want to bring all those people in and see if they're interested in us helping fill their spots, And like Steve Ellis, I love the guy. He's an incredible photographer. He was starting his business, pretty much the same story. He left his 9-to-5 to do this and pursue it, just like I did. I love his story. He's really good at what he does. And when I first met him and started talking to him about this, he was able to really start filling up his calendar and filling those gaps. So that takes the pressure off you if you're like an entrepreneur and you're trying to do this. Now you're like, okay, now I can breathe. I've got some money coming in. And then as you keep building your business, you can dial back on us. How we approach it is we send you a message and we're like, hey, do you want this job? And it's a yes or no thing, and you're not penalized or anything. We just go on to the next person. So he's able to accept and decline jobs. And now, we're getting to the point where we're calling him up. He's like, oh, I'm too busy. I got this going on. We flipped our whole program to that, and I love it. Now I get to watch people grow, and they'll kind of grow out of us.
Yeah.
And their business will flourish, hopefully, and they'll be completely on their own. So, 3:30 today. That's the big thing we're doing at Rook. We've obviously gotten a lot more, and the reason for this, we got a lot more clients lately that are demanding on our time. Proud to be working with Arling House, proud to be working with One Holland, Emily Castleman with the Castleman Family McDonald's. These things are really awesome and exciting that have come to our company, and we're getting to do like commercials now and stuff like that. And we have other smaller companies that also dabble in this, like Sentinel Solar, and what we get to do is go out there and do that, but it takes away from all the time. So I really want to gather in people, train them, make them whenever they do a job for us, it's a Rook job, and like seamlessly, be able to create for more people and open it up. So that's what's been kind of.
I've kind of explained it to others. Rook is looking to be the brokerage for creatives, right? So, and that's what it is. You basically can give them a game plan, give them a heads up. They can build their business. They can still grow. And what I love about it is that is actually totally opposite of what society wants you to do. They want to like, oh, well, if you're really good, let's just keep you here, though. Let's just keep you here.
W2 them and lock them in.
And that is
doesn't work.
And listen, there's companies out there that are really good with that. But that's what I think the beauty about it is. That's a godly principle too. Like it's not your business will be rewarded because you're doing that. It's not because you think a perfect example would be you get somebody started or just not started, like help them continue to build. They're always going to be able to come, like they'll always be wanting to come back and help at some point, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
After a while, when you get that web, it's like the coaching web in sports, right? Well, they came from the Saban, web and all this stuff. But that's what's going to be beautiful. I think what you'll see over time is your little rooks are going to kind of be spread out. If somebody moves here, and here. And I think that's what's going to be beautiful about it. I think long term, I would see one of those people go to a different town, and maybe that starts in a whole nother branch. So I think that's kind of what my vision is one day. I would not be shocked in 10 to 15 years if that's what it was. So I think it's beautiful.
That's really cool, man. I've definitely seen the total change in your business in the last year. That's for sure. It's almost like a flip-flop deal. Like you've went to some really big contracts and been really busy and been putting out some
super
crazy work.
Those reels are funny though. Oh man, that the one you just put out with Castleman where he's running, getting the Chips Ahoy.
Yeah.
I died. I don't know. It was just funny.
It's fun. I mean, like I'm living a dream,
Yeah.
Sitting there. I'm working all the time, okay? But it's still living in a dream because like it could be worse. I know it could be worse because I've worked 12-hour days in a warehouse. I've done that, and that was terrible. I'd much rather be sitting at my desk at home complaining about back pain and editing.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Because you at least like what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there editing that video you're talking about, just laughing my ass off while I'm
It's
doing
funny.
it. Yeah.
Like the music was perfect and everything. It was good.
Yeah, the musical piece, like I'm looking through all this stuff and that popped up. Like it's crazy how many songs pop up that you forgot about, and then when it comes up, I was like, man, that's so perfect.
And it's like perfect with the character too, because he just
Exactly.
I really feel like corporate's going to see some stuff, and we're going to see you on national McDonald's
Yeah,
commercials.
my next move is like I'm proving that this works is what I'm trying to do. When like you said, I'm flipping the fucking script on like what videographer. There's a videographer around the corner pissed right now because I'm not doing it the way the industry standard says. I didn't go get a cinema camera and spend tons of money on this and that and blah blah blah. I figured out how to start with my cell phone and a GoPro and a drone,
Yeah.
And, we have all those things available, but also just taking advantage of like strategy and all that. I think that we're bringing something different to the table there. In that
What's
aspect.
crazy is like even some of the largest creators that are, some of the biggest influencers on the internet, they use their phone.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yes, quality matters.
It's the
What you
content.
but what you shoot it on, at the end of the day, really doesn't matter if that quality and the content is following through.
Well, the phone matches the quality for social media. That's what
It
I
does.
figured out, and like we'll use it on specifically social media videos. Like if we're doing reels,
Especially your vertical stuff.
yeah, you're doing reels and you're doing vertical reels. You want to do it on iPhone. That's strategy because the algorithm on Facebook knows this, and they want organic stuff coming on your organic page. But if you're like, hey, I need to make a really nice 30-second commercial that I can put on YouTube and blah, 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 then we break out the nice Sony cameras and blah, blah, blah. So, like just doing things backwards has always been like my uphill, and then people trying to tell me I'm wrong. But I really think that we have something, and what I was going to try to get to is I want to approach companies like Kroger, companies like, Publix or Kroger, who hit me up, whichever one. There's
wants
about to be a war.
Yeah.
Because like if you go to a McDonald's corporate page or Kroger corporate page, in the past especially, it's a bunch of commercials that everybody skips because they're ads. And what I think that all these companies should be trying to hire groups of small creators to go out to their stores and tell the stories of the people working there, how that place got there, who's moving it, who's making it happen. And what happens there is those people now are involved in that video. It's not just a fake actor.
Yeah, it
that
becomes
doesn't
the
care.
community. It becomes the community.
It's going to be the same person that bags your groceries in my video for the Independence Kroger.
Yeah.
And she goes to SK, and she is a cheerleader for the football team, and all their families know each other, and they're all happy now that this girl is on this commercial locally promoting a big brand. And I think that is going to cook.
Yeah,
and that's
well, it will.
I mean that's my goal is to do that.
People
So
are sick of ads.
If they're out, people hate ads. That's why people like watching the videos that we do, because one, to go on quality, they do have quality, right? But they're organic. And what we've done is we go to people and we're like, hey, listen, you're the organic part. Just get the cell phone out of your hand because you don't know what you're doing with it.
Right.
Put it in a professional hand, and we're taking professional videography and putting it with organic, regular, repeat people. And that produces a video that's laughable and consumable.
And likable, and people-
likable.
and
At
people
the
can
end of the
relate.
day, it's what's going to get people to come to McDonald's. It's not ads. It's just not ads.
It's experience.
Yeah,
That's what
it's-
we're pushing with
yes.
Emily is experience, like her culture that she has there. So video is giving her a voice to tell everybody about, hey, at my McDonald's, when you walk in, you're getting like the Chick-fil-A treatment. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming. And
The harsh reality, Kroger should have a full strategy of we've been here. These are the stories. This is what we've helped in the community.
I would have
it needs to be we've been here.
Here's the first real idea for Kroger. They're just going to go right at Publix. Oh, they don't know shit about Grippos. What about Skyline Chili? All that local stuff that you're talking about, like they should be hitting it with that because Publix don't know shit about that. They're not from here.
Right.
But Kroger is from Cincinnati, and they should be grabbing on
This
that
should
right
be
now.
this should be home turf.
All right, enough about me. That's what's going on.
That's awesome.
Richie, I think I've seen a significant growth in your business as well in the last year and a half.
All right. We can tell by your boots.
Yeah, like I think
for walking.
I think some of the commitment to changing it up. I mean, listen, man. I was there with you when. Let's be transparent. I was there with you when you were like, dude, this is driving me up a wall. Like I don't.
I was
I
about
don't
to
know.
shut down.
And
Almost quit.
I was there. I mean, I was
didn't.
there. So whatever. And now I would tell you it's a completely different. And I think it goes to show if you hang on long enough and keep on fighting, and we all have our different ways to hang on and keep fighting, it something will break loose. But yeah, I guess tell kind of what your business has done and how it's changed.
Well, at the end of the day, it's just roofing, and it's not exciting. No one cares about roofing at the end of the day. But it's people like me that do care about roofing. It's not just about the money, and that's one of the big things that I see in the roofing industry is just getting into the industry, not because of love. It's because the money is extremely good if you want to make it that way. If you want to be a marketing company that sells roofing, you could become a millionaire pretty quickly. But that says nothing about quality. And ever since I started my company, that's all I've been preaching on. It does.
Right.
It didn't
You went
matter.
opposite and against the grain.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like when I first started installing gutters and then went to roofing, asphalt shingles, it was always about doing the best job that I could because I actually liked doing what I do. And I believe that's what probably sets me apart differently than a lot of, I would say, I wouldn't even call it competition. It's a lot of companies is that I actually care about the quality and I care about the person-to-person contact and customers.
I remember when you started, because I was doing videos for you. Owens Corning offers like 3 tiers of shingle,
Yeah.
and Richie only offered the top tier. He wouldn't even do the second tier. It was like only the top tier 3-dimensional shingle or whatever that they offer. It's like a 40-year. That's the only thing he would offer. So people would come and be like, man, this roofing quote's a little high, and he'd be like, well, what did they offer you? And they're like doing the cheapest one, you know. So yeah, he's always been committed to it doing the best that's available.
Yeah, I mean that was one of my biggest focus. You know, like I mean, you even bitched at me about it. Like, why don't you offer something for somebody who can't necessarily afford to put on a nicer one? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
how about
Yeah.
not? I just
I see where you're
don't-
going with it now.
I don't believe it, and it's almost
I mean, it makes sense.
it's almost like I kind of look at it as a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolex
Yeah,
standpoint.
yeah.
You know, you offer one quality, and that's what you get.
Right.
You know, if what you want out of your system is quality, then call me. If you're looking to save money, then don't call me, because I'm not going to try to save you money. I'm going to try to give you a good deal, the best deal that I can for what I can offer, but I'm not going to lower my standards to put a lower.
Not going to cut corners.
Yeah, I'm not going to
make
cut
it cheaper.
Absolutely not. Like that's when I leave your house, even if we're friends, I don't want to have to come back.
Right.
You know, for something I may have cut a corner on. You know, so it's probably been a couple years actually. I think
Yeah.
even when our
I guess it would have been. It was when we were doing our flip.
yeah, it's been a couple of years since I decided to, at the point where I was about to close my doors because there was so much, I guess, negativity.
The roofing business is like the real estate business.
It's
Let's
very
just call it.
dirty.
Let's just call it what
no
it is.
one's
I
loyal.
think every industry has this. They have a underground going on of people who are doing it, and they're either beefing or working with each other. And
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
Yeah, so I literally was trying to figure out what I was going to do because I was just absolutely cooked on roofing. I was done with it.
Tired.
Yeah, and it wasn't the roofing point; it was just the politics of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
'Cause
that
I-
you were frustrated because like you would see these other companies like out here blowing up because they were doing the cheap roofs, doing it cheap, cutting them out quick and all that. And you're like, what the hell? Why do people want this and to deal with that when I'm over here with this?
Right.
Yeah. I guess at a point I didn't understand. I didn't understand that point of the business because that wasn't me.
You know.
And
I
if
think
you,
that you've done a good job of redesigning it, rebranding yourself. Like, well, listen, you know, I don't want to deal with that, so I'm just going to go high end and do the part that I love anyway in the first place.
yeah, basically. So it was a couple years ago. I decided to go only high end. I completely stopped. I did some outlandish shit and completely just stopped doing asphalt roofing, just out of nowhere.
Which obviously is the number one selling thing.
And
that
I
every day.
stopped-
Everybody's going to usually do the cheap thing.
I stopped doing insurance work completely.
That's crazy for a roofing company not doing insurance work. I mean,
I went full
most of them are
retail.
built on it.
Yes. I mean, all the largest roofing companies, and I would say 98% of the companies around here are insurance, restoration, roofing companies.
I just got a message literally on the way here. See if we can piss Richie off here real quick. First off, it says,
Here we go.
It's not going to.
it says, "Hi, Catherine M. Day," which I'm not that. That's my wife. Mark from local roofing team. We're helping homeowners nearby. Want us to check your roof? I said no.
No, we good.
No.
So basically, just to give you guys a little bit of background, insurance restoration is a very, very low barrier of entry in roofing. You don't even need a ladder. You
It's
don't
like
need a-
Florida. You got to get licensed. Not here.
You don't need a truck and you don't need a license to get into this. I can come out there in a smart car with no ladder and a drone and sell a roof.
But worse, you can just come from nowhere.
Nowhere.
Like, I need a job and make up this. I'm a roofing company.
I've been in roofing. Yeah.
Yeah, and cool, I guess, if that's what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's just morally not okay, in my opinion, to do that. And
Yeah, that was some weighing on you as well. Was the morality of some of it?
The moral compass of it.
It wasn't the customers, but the customers are just like they lack the knowledge. But you're pissed that the other companies are taking advantage of them.
yeah, and I'm not a guy to come out here and name company by names unless that I know for a fact unless I know for a fact.
You're not.
You liar.
No, listen.
But
I wasn't-
But I mean, guys.
Let
I'm
me
not a
finish.
guy who does that. Who pulls out a list.
Let me finish. Unless I know for a fact or I've seen with my own eyes the work that you've done and done bad things, then I'll name you by name on the internet. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not the guy that just goes out and says, you know, I've never heard of you. That's a bad company. I'm not going to do that. I'll give you the chance to do right. I mean, it is what it is, you know. I'm not going to sit here and bash every single company because you're in the same industry as me. You got different standards than me. That's fine. I don't care.
Right.
So anyway, back to going high end. You know, I decided to go high end, which is really crazy around this area anyway, because there's not a ton of high end. I mean, there's just not. We're not a I guess you would say rich area. There's pockets of nicer homes and stuff that I focus on.
And when we say rich guys, we're talking about like multi-million-dollar homes
Beyond
and
Triple Crown.
and
Yeah, not
multi
Triple Crown.
and
There's some
multi
Triple Crown homes that obviously need your
right and multi-million-dollar
have.
farms and facilities like that kind of
Yeah.
level.
yeah,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
people that make millions a month.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
That those type of people. The people that want the Lamborghini.
Right.
Just because they want
Right.
it. That's the
They don't
type
wanna
of-
like
deal
even
with
a
it ever
$700,000 house is not going to have a Da Vinci roof on it. It's just not.
It probably not.
It's not
unless
going to.
it's what they want.
Even down to the lowest scale, when you have the money, you want it to take care of it and not have to deal with it ever again.
Yes.
You know, like if you've got, I can buy a brand new hot water heater money. You just going to get, honey, let's get the big one. Let's get, you know, like that's the type of person you want. That basically is like, listen, I want this to last forever. I don't want to ever hear about this again.
Yeah, I don't want to see you again. That's what it is.
I'm
too
too
busy.
funny. I like your cowboy hat. Thanks for fixing the roof. Thanks for never coming back for 80
Yeah,
years.
don't
'cause
ever
you have
come
an
back.
80-year
Don't
roof.
ever come back. Yeah, that's kind of the product that I'm specializing in now. And it's also the oddity stuff. It's not just
Copper and-
replacing, you
Yeah,
know,
the copper stuff you've been doing is badass.
that is very oddity stuff. You know, there's certain buildings that will get asphalt roofs, but the eyebrows over top of a bay window will get copper. They need people like me that have the artisan skill to install that.
Right.
And I feel better about myself to go there and do that small job than to get that whole entire roof and asphalt. Because
Well, in
that
all
asphalt at the end of
fairness,
the day
in all
means nothing.
fairness, and it's not all about the money. We all know this, but what's beautiful about that is when you are specialty, your time on task is worth more. It's just straight up. That's the way the world works. When it's specialty, that's what's going to happen. And if you're the only, party in town doing that, it helps.
Yeah, and as I was just telling you earlier, I don't really need sales guys for this
No.
because other roofing companies are my sales guys because they can't do what I'm doing. So they don't view me as competition anymore. They view me as a partner. They're like, well, Richie doesn't give a shit about getting this asphalt roof, but I really need him to do this copper flashing for
Cool.
me because we can't do it.
That's great positioning.
You know, so I look at other roofing companies not as competition, but as partners now because they're out there selling for me. You know, and if they get a customer, like I just had a call earlier, hey, I have a customer that has some, clay tile that's leaking. Can you guys do that? Of course we can. Everything that's high end that you guys don't know how to do, we do.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for.
And we'll come out here and represent you. We don't even got to take any credit for
Yeah,
it. That's what's beautiful about it.
I only have one truck that still has my name on it. It's because I really love that truck, and it's just my old Ford truck, and I really like the Roofing America on it. But all the rest of my equipment has nothing Roofing America.
Yeah, we're
because
here. We're here to serve. That's what we're
It's
doing.
really crazy how I've turned my company from a roofing company. Now I'm a subcontractor again. That's basically what I am. I've turned myself back into a subcontracting company. I mean, you don't really see me advertise online anymore. I don't really advertise on Facebook much anymore. I do a lot of jobs, but I rarely post because I'm doing jobs for other contractors, and I want them to get the clout so their
get more
customers.
Yeah,
Yes.
they already have a customer base, and now they're all going to trust each other to go get this
Exactly.
copper put on or these expensive Da Vinci shingles
Yeah, exactly.
that'll last forever.
And
Yeah.
I believe that that move that I made was extremely crazy, extremely looked upon as like, this isn't going to work. There's no way Richie's going to be able to survive doing this, to thriving.
And let's call it what it is, too. One part that I'll always remind you as your friend, because I have before, is I also think it was a product of doing the right thing for a long time. You were willing to go out and do a different kind of roof because said person that, initially said, hey, like this guy's done it. If that relationship wasn't there, you weren't a good person, you didn't have those relationships. It's just a reminder, and same way with Quentin. It's just a reminder, if you do good work, people are going to notice. If you do the right thing, if you don't screw people over, for God's sakes, if you don't think anybody's looking, they're looking. It's either the man upstairs is going to find it, or somebody's going to hear about it. And that's what that's truly how it all, like, that was kind of God just kind of pushing it that way that time, and it's blossomed into stuff.
I believe so too, and I believe everything happens for a reason, whether it's good or bad. And in your opinion, you can't control that. But I believe it all stemmed up to something really good.
Yeah.
And it was a choice I had to make. Mm-hmm. And I forgot that saying about opportunity. Opportunity not taken as opportunity lost or something. You guys know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like a chance not taken or something is opportunity lost. Something like that. So basically, you guys know this. I'll take a chance on anything. I've wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars to do
you
shit
could have been retired probably a long time ago.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but I'm still young.
Yeah, those memories that you have too, and all the lessons learned, probably worth the money.
Sure, yeah. I'm still young, I still have time to waste my money, but if I was 50 years old, I probably wouldn't be doing stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? So I can always make it back. Money absolutely means nothing. At the end of the day.
It's all about experience through life anyway.
Yeah, it's experience and time.
You could have just sat on the couch and, probably just worked, kept doing the gutters or something forever.
Yeah, and that's, you've made me realize that time is 100% the key. And that's another thing that I've gained by going high end is, have I became a millionaire by switching to higher end? No, but I actually make about the same money as I did when I was humping asphalt shingles all day. But what I've gained is a lot more time. A lot more time with my family, a lot more time for myself, a lot more time to work on my physical, mental, and everything. And that's very important.
That's success.
That's success. So I feel like I'm successful. Whether I'm a millionaire or not doesn't matter, which I'm not.
I think you will be.
One day.
Easily.
One day I will be.
You're headed towards millionaire for sure.
But it's just the time that really means the most to me. So, that's what Roofing America has been doing back here in the background. A lot of people haven't really seen a lot of shit that I've been doing. Like I said, I don't advertise, but a lot of people also have seen what I've done, but they don't realize I've done it. And that's what's really cool too. I like to see when people take pictures with their family with my work in the background, but they don't realize that was me that did that. It's really cool. It's a really cool feeling.
That's why I was wondering if you were going to tell us some of your projects, because I was about to do it.
Well, I would like to. So one project that I will say that we've done is, I've had the blessing of working with Parker Incorporated and One Holland Group. You've seen those massive, beautiful buildings that you don't see in Northern Kentucky and Independence and Florence. We've had the honor to do all the copper work and Da Vinci on those. But a couple of the other projects that we've done was for other contractors. I don't really want to mention them, but they're pretty big contracts. And,
Kings Island.
There's this place that goes.
They're not jobs that I've landed myself, but it's jobs that other contractors have landed for me. Which, if I'm going to mention Kings Island, I'm going to mention Reputable Roofing out of Ohio. They were able to land that contract and use us as a subcontractor to install Da Vinci as a masterpiece contractor to get that job done. And we got that job done before schedule.
It's beautiful.
I'm proud to say that.
Don't you also, train these guys too a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm there. You know,
You're
and-
training their people, right? you bring your
No,
own
because at the end of the day, these contractors don't want to train their asphalt guys to do this when they could just call me as a
Those asphalt guys are like, hell no, you learn
as
how
a
to do
turnkey
that.
package. It's easier for them to say, "Hey, Richie, how much would this job be, material and labor, to get this done?" I give them a really good contractor price, and they're able to mark it up to market value and make their money. So it's much easier for me to pull the measurements. It's much easier for me to order the material and get what I need. Much easier for me to handle the whole entire job, and they make a commission off of it. Is basically, I tell them what they can sell it for, what's acceptable in the market. I give them a pretty damn good spread to make their money, and I make my money. The guys make their money, and we're all happy.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, that's worked better than any strategy that I've ever had in this business. I mean, because I get to be on the job site, what I like to be doing. You know, I like to be there. I like to be with the guys. I like to be hands on. I'm a terrible sales guy.
Me too.
Absolutely terrible.
I am shit at it also.
I mean, because the reason why is because good salespeople tell people what they want to hear.
Well, they push, and they have they're capable of hearing no over and over again,
Yeah,
and pushing
not me.
people into making the decision. I can't do that.
Not
either.
me. I tell people what they don't want to hear, and they hate it. So it's like, yeah. So that's what Roofing America's been doing. Hopefully, this upcoming year, we have a lot of shit in the pipeline coming up, and it's going to be really cool. It's just been a blessing. It's all because of God, because I've prayed a lot about it, and God is the number one reason. I mean,
Yeah, before we switch to Josh, tell us the moment you were about to quit.
tell us. Oh, I was.
Yeah, that's a good story. Remember when you were about to quit? Why did you keep going?
Well, because I prayed about it. I mean, I really asked, what should I do? I need a sign. Should I keep going or should I not?
And then what happened?
Well, the next day, here comes Da Vinci. I started researching.
Yeah, it was really creepy how that all happened.
Yeah, God works. It's hard to believe for a lot of people out there because they haven't given it a real chance. And I'm not talking about church whatsoever. It's your relationship with the higher power. I don't care what you call them, but I call him God, and he works. So as long as you are able to experience that and really give your ego and give your questions up and just bow that you're not all that and you're not the shit and you're not the end all be all, that there is something higher, it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
Just be a good person, do the best that you can, treat people right. Look yourself in the mirror. If you wouldn't say it to yourself, don't say it to other people.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So
Love that.
that's what you should live by. So, Josh, what have your 1,100 companies been doing?
Yeah. When you guys were talking, I was really trying to figure out how I would even summarize everything, I'd say out of us three, I'm probably the one that is I dip into a lot of different buckets. So it's just, and I think that's really what I'm known for, to be honest. I mean, I would tell you that throughout my life, I've done just a lot of different things. And I've kind of pulled, when I do that thing, I see what's needed and then I try to create a solution for it. So that's what I've been doing. Obviously still doing real estate. As far as the real estate market, it was a really slow start to the year. I think there was just a lot of uncertainty. There was some stuff moving. And then all of a sudden, what's kind of crazy is my year, usually about this time of year, you're kind of somewhat slow. You're kind of getting into that holiday lull is what I call it.
Yeah.
But I've just had this influx of business real quick here at the end of the year. So that was a little different. I've got stuff pending and closing, next month, the month after, all those kind of things. So that's been really cool to see that. I probably, you're never going to see me at like the top of every single list on the most sales. I'm very similar to these two. I'm not a big like sales guy. So I will build a business that will put roots down, and you will have a good experience because I care, and like I'll just get referrals. So like I'm not really too much, not that I won't help people buy it. I'm just not much of a buyer's agent anymore because a lot of my people are people I've helped buy, and then I'm selling it, and then I'm getting referrals. So it's not that I have anything against it. That's the way the business has kind of moved. I also am big and like I like to do some other things. So like when I was in the property management world, I saw that there was a lawn care need. And I got so tired of contractors showing me up. So I've partnered with Josh House. We've been friends for a while. So we kind of run that business, and we have an amazing crew. Juan, who's a freaking rock star out here.
Juan, the dude is good. They cut
Probably working right now in the rain.
Yeah,
I
they
actually
cut
thank God
my
he's not.
grass. They cut my grass, and they cut my neighbor's grass now because they've watched them cut mine. But my story, real quick. Sorry, I just want to prop up one of your businesses here. Juan was cutting my grass, and he opened up the gate, and my gate's falling apart. He literally took the time to like come ask me for a hammer and some nails and screws and a DeWalt and all that, and like he put my fence back together.
Yeah,
something he didn't have to do, and I always love that. And then the time that they were out there,
And he doesn't know, by the way, that you're like one of my best friends. That's just Juan. That's just what he does.
No.
That's him as a human.
And then they were out there in that rain that day, and the video went
Oh, it went local viral.
15,
pretty lot.
20,000 views or something like
That was
that.
40,000 views.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really, really good guys. So if you need lawn care, front gate lawn care, let's keep them so busy they're gonna pull their hair out.
Yeah. So, and what's been a blessing is we have, guys, I started that managing properties, doing real estate, and I was mowing yards. I mowed 68 yards the first time. And I had AirPods in, trying to run business and mowing yards by myself and weed eating. And a lot of people don't see that.
That's how you got to start it.
That's how I started it.
Yeah.
The next year, Josh and I were like, hey, why don't we kind of join teams and do this? And with our, he's so relaxed. I'm kind of a little high strung. Plus, we all know our different resources, and we focus on. We have it on the trailer. We cut grass. That's what we do. It's
a good slogan.
Yeah.
We just cut the grass.
Exactly. It's on a trailer. And honestly, we will do mulch, but I'm just very transparent. Hey, I'm not going to come out and quote it. This is what our hourly is per guy, and this is what our mulch is. Like, I'm not going to quote it, but if you trust us, great.
It's a system of providing the need. Here,
Yeah.
I got you a nice yard cut. That's what you need.
Yeah.
And that's what people want. And I think that idea.
And I
is
will
what's
do,
making
and I
it
will
happen.
take mulch jobs that I know I can get done in one day.
Yeah.
One day. That's it. If I don't want my Hearthstone neighborhood. That to me,
I love these rants about mulch. I've heard this.
I don't want that. That like
He always tells them the story
No.
about the company. And he's like, well, listen, I'll
Because
do
it's
mulch, but listen, we got to negotiate the situation. I got to know where the mulch is, where we're going with it, how much it is.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk mulch.
it's just
But
I believe in
we just cut the
efficiencies.
grass.
I just like efficiency. So yes, we will do. We'll get better through time, but we're going to have 2 to 3 crews next year. I'll be looking at expanding, buying a building. We've also created a plumbing company, Drainstorm Plumbing. Used to be plumber near me. Drainstorm Plumbing is what it is now.
It's just Drainstorm Plumbing. Just let go of that, right?
But we're running really well. Connor Reeker, who is a really good dude and smart, intelligent. He's got his master's in Kentucky now, his commercial in Ohio. We are doing stuff for pretty large companies around. We've grown that business by 67% in 1 year.
Insane.
And it's just the same principle that we're talking about, guys. We're just straight up, no BS. Even our invoices are pretty like here's our material costs. Are we marking it up? Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, this is a business.
This is a business. We do
But
it.
at the end of the day, though, you're getting it from a supplier. But if they was
You're
to
having
go
to
buy
do
it,
work to get it to
Yeah,
them. So it should
but
be
like
paid.
but we're just super real. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's what we're doing.
But the thing is, like,
it's okay.
You buy from a wholesale supplier, but if they was to go to Home Depot the parts would probably be very similar in price. It's not
No.
like you're marking them up 500%.
No, or
see
anything
what I
like that.
mean?
But I'm just saying,
You're paying
but
for the time to get it.
we're just paying.
You
We're
know?
just paying because we do offer warranty. Obviously, we're going to come back and fix it. So, anyways, that's really been beautiful. We've got a van running around. Now we're like, crap, we got to get another truck, and so we've got 3 guys kind of out running around right now, looking at doing all the fun stuff next year of benefit stuff. I love that. So in the end, this is what I love, guys. I don't necessarily just am in love with going out and cutting grass. I'm not saying I'm in love with plumbing. I'm not saying I'm even in love with real estate.
You're in love with the game, baby.
Yeah, I love
Systems
building.
building. And
I love building.
entrepreneurship.
I love building people. I love seeing people do really well, and I love the adrenaline of it. I love
Constant
it.
stress. He
Yeah.
loves it.
you're like a business consultant almost.
In a way. So this is kind of what, but I want to be completely transparent. I still feel like after I've done all this stuff, I still hadn't found my purpose.
Yeah.
I knew I'd fallen in love with helping people and seeing people do well and all this stuff, but it's I don't want to go out there and compete with a gazillion realtors. If you want to use me, cool. I want to help you. If you don't want to use this for plumbing, okay, cool. I'm sure there's some awesome dudes out there who can do it. Ladies or gents. Lawn care, same thing. I'm friends with most of my competitors. I mean, I am. Yeah. We share. I'll refer business back and forth. Yeah. I'm not one to do that. But one thing I've kind of discovered, and I've kind of become a little, I think stronger in my faith as we've had more kids. I've been through some crap. It was just really, I was kind of pushing on, there was even something hey, you should maybe get in ministry. In the back of my head, I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. I've got 4 kids. I'm not doing that. Starting over. I can't do that. So I've kind of gone through a filtering out process in my life, right? I'm keeping on the things I really enjoy, keeping on to that friend circle that I, close-knit friends that I really enjoy. And I've just kind of sat down last week, and what I will be starting is I'll basically be reading the Bible from front to back, but in a business with my business goggles on. I think it's going to take probably 2 years to go through. And really, I've been able to witness and share and do good things and not shove it down people's throat through business. I really enjoy business. I've always been if you work for me, I want to see you do well. And you can go back on my track record, guys. You can look at the people that's worked for me and see if they haven't done better for themselves after being involved with leadership that I've tried to share. So my whole goal is to get notes, and I've got some awesome advisors that I've sat down with last week. And we're going to full throttle doing Rook's going to be involved down the road a little bit, but I'm kind of going on a little journey here, and I'm going to go through here, look at business goggles. I truly believe the way to run a business is through Christ-like principles. I think that the world is attacking I think the business world is getting attacked now that the personal world is kind of already flooded. The business world, you can't talk about a lot of these things, and we're not saying you're going to go up and sit up there and preach to people. No, we're gonna lead by example, right? So one perfect example, okay? When we say God, family, business, is it really? Is it? Okay, one of their kids has a game, a very important game, or has a play or something, and you're going to keep them at work. That's not leading a Christ-like business, right? If you really truly care.
So you're going to fight against the devil in the business.
Yeah.
100%.
So basically, I'm going to try to create a blueprint. I'm going to get all my notes and then put the notes in order wherever they may be. And then from there, I want to do straight up mini series on different principles throughout. My long-term goal is, and this is crazy, but to go into, maybe start it where my home church is. Have seminars, have local business leaders come in, and then spread that out and take that to other places. So,
it starts with small business for sure, because going into a corporate place and try to instill these values is going to be
Exactly. So it
not
starts in the
easy.
grassroots, but I kind of feel like obviously I'm still doing all my stuff, right? But I do feel very, and I've told these guys, like I feel very called to do this. I feel very, if I don't do it, like there's going to be
Well, I've
hell to
always
pay.
said that you should be like a deacon or a preacher or something like that. But I think that, like you said, like you also have this whole other life built, but this is a way to do it.
Yes.
Just like when somebody wants to be a basketball player, but to become a coach, like you're still in that arena where
Right.
where your heart can be behind it.
Yeah. So, but I'm really excited about it. That's going to be a long project. Obviously, I'm still going to build these items up as we go. I think plumbing's going to continue to grow.
Business
I think lawn
consultant,
care.
just like you said.
It is going to be a Christian-based business consulting business. That's just what it's going to be.
I've never
but
heard of one of those.
Right. You might
I
have
mean,
something to
Dave
do there.
Ramsey has got a good reputation out there for it. Obviously, he's done really well, but this will even be a different thing from him.
I don't think you're going to be a Dave Ramsey.
Well, I don't.
He's a little out there on some stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm going to continue to consult the businesses that I own. I'm still going to be doing real estate, obviously. But yeah, this
And
is
the
one
cool
thing I'm
is
chasing.
about this is you're not just going out there and just like, this is what I'm going to do. You've built businesses on these principles. You have a proven record of multiple businesses built
Yeah.
on
And
this.
I don't want to act like it's a multi-million-dollar business,
It
but I
doesn't matter.
truly believe they will be. I really truly believe these
At that
businesses
point,
I've
it
got.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it's Christian based, when
I think
has
you can get the numbers too.
when has the Bible ever mentioned money?
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
Yeah.
It's the values, man.
I think I think that if you really trace the numbers back, you can watch where, like, if you're using Christian values, like you said, and somebody has a game, for instance, as a boss, and you're using these values, like, okay, let's use this method that Josh came up with. Let's allow this person to do it, even though it's going to hurt us a little bit. But in the long run, that person doesn't quit this job and stays on for 20 to 30 years because you make those little commitments, those little days every once in a while that they need.
Yeah, why
And
aren't you
now
bringing
you're
them
not
food?
flipping and bringing in a whole new employee that you got to do from ground up. And usually, I think almost every business, when you bring in a new employee, you're spending like $50,000 on a minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to get it rolling. All the training, all that. So I think that you have an idea there that can really go in there and you can show the bottom line. Like, listen, if you run and build your business using principles that are right here in this book, you will be successful in the long run, more successful than doing it the dirty way.
Yeah, you're going
And
to the
I'll
book.
give
You're
you
going
and
to the
I'll
book.
give you a few little tidbits
I meant
that
the Bible.
I'll give you a few little tidbits that's just common sense. Common sense. Okay.
That comes with it.
Didn't God rest on the seventh day?
Yeah,
right.
but we don't know what day that is.
Exactly. Cool. Exactly. Perfect.
A day.
Give somebody a day off. Don't work your employees 7 days a
Nobody
week.
works 7 days a week.
Period.
Type thing.
All right. Number one. Number two, Jesus had disciples, right? Cool. So he had a team around him. They probably met every morning. Why aren't you talking to your people every morning for like a minute or two?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And
Those
you're
are the
always- and
those
you're
are the
always-
things.
It doesn't matter in business. You're always going to have that one bad apple in your disciples that
Exactly.
betray you.
You're always gonna have a Judas.
So you need to realize that.
But
You can't flush them out unless you have the meetings and everything, and then you'll flush them out.
so I mean, these are those like that's what I'm talking about, right? Like let's
So
really
it's
get
really
into
so
the
cool,
word.
dude. I'm
Let's really
excited
get in
for
the
this.
word, and let's like stop overthinking everything, and then let's write some notes down. And then I think what you'll see is like, oh crap, you see a lot of successful businesses out there, and you go, man, they really actually do follow this. This is what they do.
I really think this is cool because you said the book, Bible.
Yeah.
Well, if it was that easy, it would be that easy.
Well, I just mean those principles that came
Sure,
from it.
but
Yeah.
I believe that this can end up as a business book.
Yeah.
And then when you have
The
these
business
principles,
Bible.
and when you have these principles in this book, you can have the verses underneath of it to back that up.
Yes.
Like this is why I think that this works in business is because it worked in biblical times with
Yeah.
these certain aspects, and here's the verses to back it up.
Yeah.
So I think that the Bible's really too hard to read.
It is. It's
too
very
hard to
hard.
understand. It's too hard
It's
to
very
decrypt.
hard.
It is it's a cryptic book, and it's very boring. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, it is.
It's very. It's
times,
not-
yeah.
Probably not boring if you could read it and understand it. Like,
But you can't.
understand it. Yeah.
You can't.
Which that's another idea I have for an app, by the way, that I would like to do.
I just mentioned to who was I talking to? I was talking to my friend Neffy about this. I was like, they need to make a very high quality series, a chronological Bible series that tells the story of every person, makes them real characters, and gets you drawn
In regular English.
in regular English. It doesn't even have to be in biblical clothes. It can be in today's clothing.
Yeah, like do the whole.
Yes.
Now, ooh.
Yes, it can be in today's clothing, telling the story about real life at this times, but in the Bible.
Jesus is literally like working at a.
He's a carpenter,
He's
dude.
a carpenter. He's at working for some builder.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally, it can be that simple because it's so hard to understand. It scares people away.
Yeah.
And
I
then
just
when
want
you go to church, half the time they're not even preaching out of the Bible because they're non-denominational. And I'm not against church in any means because I do go to church, but not one time in the Bible does it mention Christianity. Find
just
it. Find
love,
it.
yeah.
It doesn't mention religion. It doesn't mention any of that. You don't have to do any of that. It mentions being a good person, being Christ-like. Okay? So I think when you introduce those principles into business, it's actually going to be very monumental, and I think it's going to go down in history as something very, very good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel it's a cool one. I don't know. I think sometimes you have to go down a path in life, and you feel like I've been kind of getting shoved down. And what's weird, I think what even confirms it even more was like you all have even said it, not even knowing I was thinking about it. You know, that's another thing. You know, and I think we've all benefited, guys. I mean, this is another advice I would give, and because I'm kind of done with my spill, but if you don't have a group of like 2 to 5, I'd say 2 to 5. I've got these two guys. I've got one who's 2 to 3 more. They're just dear friends. Like if anything were going to happen, if I was anywhere, they would stop. If you don't have that, you need that. If you could only see where we were even when we started really getting more purposeful about spending time together, if you could go back and look at where we were, I think all of us have propelled ourselves in a positive light. And you can even tie back to biblical. Why do you think that group was small? And look what those 12
Iron
people
sharpens iron.
and look what those 12 people did to the rest of the world. They went everywhere, and now that name is everywhere.
You know
So
what this reminds me
it's
of?
big.
You need to watch the movie The Forge.
It is that's a fantastic movie.
He runs his business
Yes.
off of what
Yes.
you're talking about.
It's a fantastic movie. If
don't
you guys
even-
haven't watched
you
it, you
do
need
I've
not-
not seen it, I don't think.
It's
Oh,
dude,
dude.
it'll make you grown man freaking tear up. Yeah.
You don't even know this movie is about God until the end. Until the very end. But I think it might be one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
On principle.
And it's really good.
And I really liked it. Like, you need to watch it.
It's a great family
I
movie
will.
too.
You should watch it tonight, and it is, man, it's powerful. And I think that's what you're building here.
Yeah.
We have built a forge.
That forge, by the way, these people you pick, make sure they're real.
Yeah.
That's why it works, because what we've done for the past year is we've held each other accountable. We've held each other to standards, and whenever we're feeling bad, we're always pushing each other forward. And you can't have people that are yes men built around you.
No.
That are just like yes to everything, blah blah. Because there's like so many times, we'll have little spits and arguments between the three of us, mostly me and Richie. But like we get through it, and it's like, okay, we both learned something from this, and now we're getting strong. Like you get stronger from it.
But then
like
again,
having
yes men
somebody to
don't
call
last.
you out, like, hey, that's a stupid idea, don't do that, or
Right.
The yes men don't last in a forge
hell no.
because they get weeded out very, very quickly because it's not that we weed them out. They weed themselves out.
Right.
Very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. I mean, this group, honestly, we've also had people, like the group that we have, this trifecta here is kind of different. But beyond that, we've built our.
He hit his hand.
The tip of my finger, I smashed it between the cup and the table.
Great.
Penis pants.
But we've had people, you'll test people, bring them in, and if they don't meet your standards and stuff, you got to let them go. And even if you like them, and even if you want to be friends with them, that's what I was going to say about the group too. Is this group that we've built? It was built kind of like on business and stuff like that. We weren't childhood friends or anything. And when I meet lots of people, and I think I watched Richie kind of go through this, the high school friends and the college friends kind of fade away. And you're left kind of like, well, who do I hang out with and all that? But it's always right in front of you. It's who you enjoy talking with now, right? We enjoy talking about business, entrepreneurship, and all that. That's why it's a good idea. Like, hey, we're all doing this stuff. We're working with each other. We should be friends.
Yeah.
We should band together on this and help each other. I think that's really huge in it.
I think your parameter is, I always said, at this point in your life, if you can't see the person that you're hanging out with carrying your casket, you're wasting your time.
Oh, well, that's good.
So stop.
That's good.
Stop wasting your time. Stop giving your time out. And
It's not just time, man. It's energy.
yeah.
It's a lot of energy because people only have so much energy to give.
And when you're in these positions, those other people have no idea. They're always just kind of like, why don't that person answer me or pay attention to me or answer my question or like, like they're very like, why aren't they letting me in? It's because we know we've built all this and we've been, through the fire. So it takes a lot for us to let, people into that.
And a lot, and I will tell you too, and I will drop one name, Nick Smith, who I'm going to force to come on to here.
I was talking to him earlier.
Sometime.
On accident.
I think
to Nick Smith.
he's helped propel and bring a new light to some of my thinking too. A lot of these like ancillary businesses stuff that I did. I mean, that was kind of him in the background too. Like, hey, I think this is a good idea too, and we were thinking similar. So, man, guys, I don't even care if you're in the real estate world. He will never speak up and tell you that something was his idea, but.
He's propelled my business as well.
Yeah. So
I've met with him once a year to talk about it, and each year I'm like, I got to come back and do what he said.
yeah.
Just the presence
That
of the
push.
guy. I've only met the guy twice, and just the presence
he
of the
can
guy.
fill a room. He can
Yeah, his
fill a
aura.
room with positive
His aura
with
is-
positivity
I just sit over there in Aura Farm.
and even the way he leads his kids, right? So I have to watch even watching some stuff he does. Like I have to watch what I say to my son. Like they have a belief, and it's not some crazy belief. Like if their kid says, "Hey, I want to go play in the NFL," he's like, "Okay, cool." Like they just start building a roadmap. Like it's not even I'm sorry, I hate to say it. I'd be like, Riker, shut up. Like, dude, and I don't anymore, right? But like I don't because I've seen this. But it's just a positive. Like, okay, cool. Like, how are we going to get here? How are you going to do it?
Yeah.
And they build it right. I mean, they've got a kid playing at Louisville right now, and I think Brody's going to be to be honest with you, I think he's going to be an absolute stud and on it for a quarterback later on. It's crazy mentally of what you can do when you just have a plan and just
start
consistently stick to it.
Don't come up with a bunch of reasons why you can't. That's what most people do,
So,
and they don't.
but
get
Nick
anything
and Mao,
done.
obviously, they're like unbelievably great friends. They've been a beautiful addition to help our family grow too. So, but yeah, it's just been good.
So I think the moral of one of the morals that we went around is partnering with people. Every one of us said that. Like you've flipped around to like you're partnering with other companies. You're partnering with great people that like Juan and the plumbing guy. Sorry, I forgot his name. I'm partnering with videographers, other photographers to try to build what I'm doing up. So. And then keeping the right people around, and then another thing was finding God for real.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be here today if I didn't figure it out.
Yeah. So
It takes a lot, man. It really takes a lot. And as a younger person, you have the perfect opportunity to go ahead and make that choice early. The more you're influenced by civilization that we have here now,
Yeah.
it's
Aliens.
it's hard to
Log out.
It's hard to find it later in life unless something major happens to you. And unfortunately, that's what happens to a lot of people. Sometimes it's too late.
I agree that you should start early at everything and go out there and fail and get at it. But I don't want to discourage anybody who's 40 at home and
Hell
they
no.
hate their job, because you can flip that in 5 years.
absolutely
Who's that
can.
guy you follow?
Gary Vee.
Yeah, he wasn't successful till he was 40 plus, right?
He was 36 years old in the basement of his parents' liquor store, stocking bottles and doing inventory when he started doing his videos. And now he's a multi-millionaire.
he's going to
worldwide
conferences.
known.
Yeah.
He gets paid.
It's never too late.
$500K probably to do a conference.
I take
He's
that
signed.
back.
That's what's funny is a lot of your billionaires nowadays, they really didn't come into that money until they're in their 50s.
You're right in the fact that you should start as early as possible, because that's what's going to reach the success. Don't like. Here's what he talks about too. There's kind of like this society thing that you got to go to college, you got to party, and you got to do all these. You got to go out to clubs and build your social, blah blah blah. Meet somebody, get married, have kids. Like when you're in your early 20s, you don't need to do that shit. You honestly should work as hard as you are. Like I wish I could go back and work as hard as I am now then, because now I wouldn't be working so hard. It makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I agree with you on that, but don't, like, if you're out there, you have plenty of time left at pretty much almost any age. There's people that were in their 60s and became millionaires, and they spent the last 20 years of their life, which is a lifetime,
Right.
you know, living the good life because they finally followed their dreams. So
At the end of the
that's the
day-
whole point. Make your move, right?
You got to make your move. That's at the end of the day. You just need to make your move.
All right. We're gonna close it on this, or are we doing?
I think we're going to close it on this because we didn't prepare.
Yeah.
We didn't prepare. We were going to do Spirit Halloween.
But I don't even know Halloween characters.
I don't even know. I'm not really good at it. So
it's
I
gonna
think
get
we're
bad anyway.
We're going to skip on it.
Let that
It'll be
go.
terrible. I think we had a really positive podcast this time, and
Yeah,
it's needed.
yeah. We'll do this every once in a while.
It's
Just
our
be
1-year update.
just be us and stuff. But
See you guys next year.
peace.
See ya.
See ya.
Congratulations.